love a good pogo. Anyway, hello everyone, and welcome to another DaraChat. I know, right? Okay, hold on. My guest is coming. Okay, but anyway, well, hello all you, all you lovely people. I gotta laugh at myself sometimes, but anyway, no worries. Um, but yes, my guest is almost here, so just give her some time. But it'll just be me and you right now at this very moment because I'm awesome like that, and that's how I roll. if I had, if I did, no, I don't see you. I mean, I could see you. You're in, but I don't see you. See you if you're trying to say that. Yeah. What you can do is, if you want, you can try refreshing the page and see if that'll help. I don't know. I am not a tech wizard here. I am trying. I will do what I can. But anyway, as my guest, as we work on these technical difficulties that plague us like a plague, except it doesn't bite you like a locust. Or oh, there she is. She. It's over. You're still muted, by the way. This no, this is great. This is like what? This is like charades. Like, okay, what am I? What are you saying now?
Right? Oh
Oh,
my lord.
and now we can hear. Now we can hear.
That's good. I was trying my best. I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm doing everything right. And I see the canvas. I've never used the canvas before. I turned on
Right.
my virtual camera.
Yeah.
Everything seemed to be working. So
Yeah.
here we are.
Well,
Sorry.
and no, we can see your face. That's the most important part. You know what? People say a voice is worth it all. I say, you know what? Forget that. Just do a face. People will fawn over it like crazy. But anyway,
Right?
how are you, young lady?
Not too bad. I am not too bad. It's supper time here. So I'm just, yeah.
What's for
Gonna have
supper?
supper soon. Steak.
What cut? What cut?
Strip loin.
Okay, I guess strip loin. I don't think I've had that one. I've had sirloin. I've definitely had sirloin, but strip loin, I'm not
Yep.
sure I've had that cut yet.
It's just a cut of the meat.
Yeah, I've had flank. All right, flank is pretty good. I've had what was it? Chuck, not chuck roast, but like chuck something, and then
Yeah.
and then what they call like butter tips. I think
Burnt end?
it's like a round. No, it's like called
Oh.
butter tips or something like that. I don't know. It's what it says on the packaging. Look, I can only read so far into it. But
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, yeah, I like to I've tried to do sort of a pseudo carnivore sort of thing, but it doesn't really work out well when you like cheese as much. You get
My husband did a carnivore diet. He lost 35 pounds in 30 whatever pounds in 2 months.
nice.
30
Yeah.
something like that pounds in 2 months on the carnivore diet, just eating meat, steak and hamburgers, meatballs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I knew someone else, another content creator who did it, and I think they lost, what'd they say, 30 to 40 pounds, I think it was.
Nice.
Because it was just like, doing that whole thing. Because I mean, I do, like, I mean, I still eat chips. I eat eggs. Eggs is good.
Yeah.
I try to do some fruitish things. I've been trying to do more, um, like dried fruit instead of, or dehydrated fruit. Sorry, dehydrated fruit, because it's just easier to store and it lasts longer. Because fresh
It
fruit.
does last longer because fruit doesn't last long nowadays. That's for damn sure.
Oh yeah, that, and you get a bunch of bananas, and you try to get as green as possible, but then it's like a few days later, it's like, oh, they're yellow. Oh, better eat them fast. But yeah,
Yeah.
I do like that better, just because you can store them and they last longer as long as they're stored well, right? You can't just
Yeah.
do all that stuff. So they call you the Scream Queen, huh?
Yeah. That they do, the Queen of Scream, because I play a lot of horror games and I get scared playing the horror games, and so I scream.
See, now they can't call you the Queen of Scream if you get scared, because then it's just like it ruins it. It ruins it.
The jump scares in some of the games. If a game is made well, a horror game is made well, it'll scare me and it'll make me scream. That is
Yeah.
how you know it's a good game. If the game doesn't, then it's boring and it's not scary and it's not worth playing.
Is that what just keeps you coming back for? Is just it has to scare you. It has to give you that sort of fear rush.
Yeah. I like that when I play horror games, because movies don't scare me anymore. I mean, I've seen it
Really?
all. Movies don't scare me. Some of the real life stuff bothers me, but it doesn't
Yeah.
scare me. You know, like I Spit on Your Grave and Last House on the Left. I don't know if you know either of those films.
Heard of them, yeah.
But those are like real life kind of things that can
Ugh.
happen to you. That I find a little unnerving, but not scary. So video games that I play, yeah, I like to be jump scared. If it's a good game and it scares me, it's definitely worth the play. And not a lot of games do that.
Yeah. I mean, the indie area of the video games has been pretty, well, like a wide berth of just so many different horror games. And I mean, obviously, of course, some of the biggest ones are obviously, of course, Iron Lung, which got a movie made of it over the week.
Yeah.
Markiplier. Hey Daniel, how's it going? But the other one too is, of course, and I'm pretty sure people are like, well, that's not a horror game, but it's still sort of horror. It's the Five Nights at Freddy's one.
Oh, that's a jump scare horror game. Yeah, of course it is.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get to your Rumble channel so I can repost.
Yeah, you're right. You can always just click on like the straight to the link from X or whatever.
Oh, okay. Well, I got it now. I got it.
But I mean, for me, I mean, that was sort of like, because I mean, there were scary games before, but when that stuff started coming up, you really didn't have like big franchisee scary games, I would think.
No.
So when that happened, I've seen The Last House on Left in both original and remake. Ooh, wow! I prefer the original though.
I've seen them. I prefer the original as well. I've seen them both as well. Seen the whole franchise for I Spit on Your Grave.
Oh yeah, I heard that was pretty rough too. Well, love for Wolfman shirt. Yeah, it's very
all my clothes are horror related. I live and breathe horror. I don't just play horror games. Like I live and breathe the lifestyle. I work for the Calgary Horror Con here in the well, now it'll be in the fall. They were doing it in the summer. So I would normally interview the celebrities. I'd sit on their panel and interview them. And you ever go to a con and they have panels?
I've been to only one con, but I've never been to like San Francisco or whatever it was, the Comic-Con or anything like that. Too rich for my blood. Too rich for my blood.
Yeah, they can be expensive. We have a nice one here in Calgary, Alberta. And I am the panel moderator, so I get to interview the celebrities and then ask people if they have questions and all of that fun stuff.
Nice. Another Canadian, I know. So you're one of the, when you said Alberta, I was like, Canadian, right there. Oh, man.
I'm meeting more and more Canadians on this platform. It's great.
Yeah, no, it's pretty cool. I've had a few on. JFG is another one that I've gotten to talk to. But going back to the horror stuff, like I'm not a big horror person. My like movie wise stuff, or well, mostly it's movie wise stuff because they could do more. But like for movies, it's always been a reliance on like the gore and blood stuff, because you always watch like the old horror, like Jason and all them, and they're really they rely on suspense, right? They rely on suspense, they rely on thriller, but they really rely on that like body arms being dismembered or stretched or whatever, and it's just not my cup of tea, to be honest. Now I would say I do make exceptions, so there's part for that, but like horror movies in general are just, when they get that gory or bloodiness to it, I'm done. I can't do it.
I'm a more blood, guts, and ass kind of lady. I love the blood, guts, and ass on the screen. I'm all for it. I'm one of those people that are like, sex needs to be in horror because the newer generation is trying to water down horror.
Yeah.
And being naked is vulnerable. Being on the shitter, you're vulnerable. And
True.
having sex, you're vulnerable. These are times where nobody's expecting to be murdered or violently murdered. But those are the best times, and they're trying to like take that out of horror. And I'm like, why? Why?
Right. Well, I mean, no one's expecting to get murdered while they're reading the paper either. So I mean, you've got
Exactly.
it's just it's like, well, what about sex? It's like, yes, but there's a guy who's reading a newspaper. You could just do that one too, and it's so unexpected.
Well, yeah, it killed people while they were reading Fangoria magazine. Hey, Daniel, how are you?
Great work. I believe it. I believe she does great work. Well, you have a bunch of the horror stuff behind you, so you must be doing great work because that's a lot. All right, that's a lot.
I have been collecting for close to 30 years now. So I have a big collection. What you see in my scream room is just here. And then I have all in my living room, my bedroom, the hallway.
At that point, people would call you a fan or a hoarder. But you're in a neat space, so it's a fan.
Yeah, I have no dead cats anywhere, okay? Because we all know you go into a hoarder's house, there are dead animals. I have none. I have animals, none are dead.
That's actually good because I don't think anyone was. What's that crunching sound?
Oh my God, that would suck.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, and it's always a sad thing too. Like I remember, what was it? TLC had those shows. Like they have the hoarder shows. And man, some of those people were messed up.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah. You feel bad for them because it is a mental health disease. It really is. And it's hard to break, especially if you have no one there to help you to break it. Like you don't have a support system. And you kind of feel bad for those people. But it's also gross because none of them are ever clean hoarders.
Oh yeah. There was one I'd seen where there was a gentleman, and right, they're the like the telltale where like these newspapers like kind of or magazines are kind of stacked up each other. But it was this, they came to this room and it was just like you had to climb over it like a mountain, and I'm just like, what what's underneath?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But yeah,
Crazy.
Well, and I think there are times where it's like if something happens to an individual, like someone passes or whatever, there's that too where I think that it just becomes traumatic enough that they can't move forward, if that makes sense. I mean, horror can do a great thing. It can get you certainly thinking about the death and macabre, but you don't want to be there 24/7. So
yeah, I see. I think the reason why I like horror so much is it pulls you out of reality and it puts you into a world where you're safe on your couch and you can experience the horror that you see on the TV without actually being in danger. Right. We know that the real world is a scary friggin' place, and I think it's worse than any horror movie on the planet is to live in reality right now. So having to be able to express the fear in the comfort of your own home and realize that you can just come back to reality if you get too scared. That's the really cool thing about horror. And I think a lot of people utilize horror as their own gateway. And I've heard many times that horror is healing. To see somebody go through a traumatic event and come out of that traumatic event the hero, it just shows how if they can get through it, you can get through whatever is going on in your life as well.
Right. Yeah. The thinking what's impossible to actually doing what's possible.
Yeah. Like some people love the Marvel movies and superheroes and stuff, right? And it's the same concept, just different genre.
Yeah, different genre. Yeah, unless you don't like the director of those movies, then it doesn't matter anyway. Yeah. But I mean, yeah, it is. I mean, I can see that sort of thing, but they both start with H too, so there's that. They say Daniel says they say people who watch horror films act better in traumatic or chaos situations, which I could understand, but I also know that like if you are someone who's trained in like first aid CPR kind of stuff and you do it enough, then you'll become well acquainted with it, that it's not a big ordeal. Like you're like muscle memory, like you just get into action. So, but I have watched some horror movies. I don't watch a whole lot because I'm just not that type of person, but I will make my exceptions. But that beyond that point, I don't know how some people do it, because when there's enough blood on screen, I'm like, okay, I need to walk. It's not gonna work.
There's the ghost movies like The Conjuring and all the paranormal movies that don't have, most of them don't have a lot of blood in them.
Hey, that's not true for 13 Ghosts, okay? That's not true for 13
Ghosts. Yes, no. The remake of 13 Ghosts, yes. The original of 13 Ghosts, no, because that was made back in the day, black and white film, and back then in the 50s and the 60s, they didn't do a lot of blood on screen in black and white, right? We know Night of the Living Dead was at 68, and they used chocolate syrup for the blood. But that was pretty aggressive for 1968, where previous films from like House on Haunted Hill is the original one with Vincent Price. That one there is a black and white film. 13 Ghosts is another one that is black and white film. All which have no gore in them at all.
Well, yeah, and then Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho,
Alfred Hitchcock,
yeah, that was
The Birds.
There you go. Hey, how's it
Vertigo.
Going? But there's also the other thing too, where you have like a horror comedy. I think it was like, what was it, Dark Shadows? I think it was. I
love Dark Shadows. Dark Shadows was originally a TV series in the UK, right? Then it went to the US side, and then Johnny Depp played the Dracula in the movie Dark Shadows, which is really good.
Yeah, and the funny enough that the person that was starring next to him was Helena Bonham Carter.
Yep.
It's like you can't. It almost seems like you can't get away from that trifecta of Tim Burton, Johnny Depp, and Helena Bonham Carter. All right, it just seems, I don't know what was going on, but there was certainly nepotism going on there.
Yeah, it's great though. I love those. I love Tim Burton and his movies and how he brings everything in together. Another good comedy. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's Tucker and Dale vs. Evil.
I have. Yes, I have.
I love Tyler Labine.
See, now the reason why I love that one, and there's a lot of gore in that one. There is like the one scene where we'll get into it, but the reason why I like that one is because it plays into this the dumb mentality of many horror movies, right? Like many of the horror movies, if you didn't go in the house and you walked away, the movie would end there. But you need a dumb mentality in order to continue them, because sometimes it doesn't make sense why you like. I think we should go in there. Really? In there? I love that movie because one, it has Alan Tudyk. Obviously,
yes, I love him. He's great. He's a great actor.
Oh yes. And then of course it has the guy that was, I can't remember his name, but he was starring in a show on I think it was WB or CW. It was called The Reaper.
I love The Reaper. Tyler Labine.
Yeah, Tyler Labine. There we go. Yeah, because I was like, I've seen his face before. I can't remember. Then looked up, was like, because Ray Wise was the devil in that show, and that was
great.
Oh yeah, he could sell you a car, and you're like, what just happened?
yeah, we love the show The Reaper. Tyler Labine has another show that I just found on Tubi, and it's called Dead something. He sees ghosts. He's a medium.
Oh yeah, I think I heard that one where he is seeing.
I can't remember. I just found it. I don't remember what it is, but Tyler Bean's Canadian.
Oh, I think a lot of actors are, like Nathan Fillion, Canadian.
Catherine O'Hara, John Candy.
Yeah, heard that. Yeah,
Leslie Nielsen.
Leslie Nielsen was.
He's Canadian.
Now, see, he was a real funny one, especially when he carried.
I love his comedy. Repossessed was great. Dracula, Dead and Loving It.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I just the line that always gets me is an airplane. It's like, surely you can't be serious. Yes, I am serious, and don't call me Shirley.
Yeah, I loved his comedy. He started out in like dramatic roles.
Yeah.
And then slowly went into the slapstick side of comedy, and then slowly got into horror.
Yeah.
And horror comedy, because he was in the Creep Show.
Yeah.
He did a few things like, Repossessed,
Okay.
and then Dracula Dead and Loving It.
Hmm.
The Substance is a good movie that Daniel's seen.
That's the one with Margaret Qualley in it, isn't it?
What's her name? Demi Moore, and I think so. I think so.
Yeah.
I think that's her name.
Margaret Qualley. Now that is a looker. I will say that, but I'm not going to say anymore.
Substance is a good monster movie if you haven't seen it.
Well, okay. Well, since you bring that up, what about Hereditary?
I've seen Hereditary. Hereditary is a slow burn, and I don't mind it. But it's okay. It's all right. I love the head lopping off scene. That was great.
Well, the thing of it was like, because obviously, YouTube, right? You can watch pretty much clips of almost anything. But there was a clip that I saw of it, and I've never watched the movie. I know that Toni Collette stars in it.
Yes.
And she's been in a whole lot. Look, the one thing I remember from that she's probably not well known for, but she did star in, was called United States of Terror, which was like way back in the like.
I've heard of that. I think I may have seen it.
It was, I think it was it HBO or something like that, because it was produced by Steven Spielberg, and in this show she plays a mom, but she's a split personality mom. So you get this whole array of split personality, and Brie Larson was in it too, and the dad and the guy who hello there, good sir.
Oh, that's my husband. Thank you. Just put it down.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
And he's got like his 5 seconds of fame. He's like, yes. But yeah, there was, oh, that's right. The husband from my Big Fat Greek Wedding was in it too. So
yes.
Yeah. So
there was a movie that I was just gonna. Damn it! That reminded me of something that you just said, and I can't. It just slipped my mind.
Was it starring him, or was it starring like Brie Larson or one of the other ones?
I don't remember at the moment.
Oh.
It was there for a second, and then
there you go. It's like you just have a great thought, and you just like then you fart it out, and you're just like, dang it.
Yeah. With my day, it's definitely like that.
But yeah, going back to Hereditary, I only saw like a clip on YouTube, and there was this one scene where I don't know the whole story of the movie, so don't lambast me on it. But it was just like Toni Collette was the mom, and she was chasing her son, and it gets this weird sort of thing where she was very like demonically possessed or something like that. I was like, wow, that's crazy. Because again, I'm not too in the hey, you be legend, what up?
It's another paranormal cult movie, is what that is.
Ooh, what are your thoughts on the what is it? The Confusion? No, not Confusion. Conjuring, the Conjuring universe.
Oh, I love the Conjuring universe. I'm a fan of the Conjuring universe. My favorite is 2, where we get to meet Valak. But I do love The Nun.
Ooh, yeah. I remember that. The Nun, the movie. And that was not one I was going to be seeing because it's not my cup of tea. I'm like, no. And it's the same thing with like back in the day. Like there was obviously, of course, there was like stuff like Chucky or whatever. And it was not something I like. Now I can handle it because it's just like it's ridiculous. I love Conjuring. There you go. You be legend. Loving the Conjuring right there. But when I was a kid, that was horrifying. And that's kind of
it's
like
horrifying as a kid.
Yeah, and getting exposed to that either by accident or on purpose is not really something you want to be able to do that. Annabelle. Oh, there you go. What about Annabelle?
Oh yeah, Annabelle's good. She's part of the Conjuring universe. We get to see we get to see Annabelle throughout the series, actually, of the Conjuring.
Yeah.
And a lot of people believe that the Annabelle doll is the one that we see in the movie, and it isn't. The real Annabelle doll is a large Raggedy Ann doll, right? Matt Rife, I think, owns her now.
Yeah, I believe that once the Warrens passed, someone bought.
He bought the museum or shares in it. I don't know the whole thing. All I know is that he now has Annabelle.
Yeah. It's yeah, I don't think they would use something that real because I think they would have really some haunting issues there. But then again, it's the
Believe in it.
but then again, it reminds me of stuff like one of the shows I used to watch was Ghost Adventures with like Zach Bagans and all that, and he
I
owns
know that one. Yeah.
yeah,
Hmm.
and he owns his own museum. I don't know if it's out in Las Vegas or somewhere in California, but he owns his own museum as well, and that's crazy in its own right.
Hmm.
And UB says it's crazy. It's based on a true story. I didn't know that. I thought it was fake at first. No, yeah, there's a
It's
story behind
based
it.
on true events that happened throughout the Warrens' lives. Like the
Yeah.
Warrens also investigated the Amityville horror that happened.
Mm.
I actually sat down with Andrea Perron, which
Mm.
is the movie is based off of her family, The Conjuring. The
Oh,
Conjuring house is based off of the Perron family. I
oh.
was able to sit down with Andrea a couple of years back, and we discussed what it was like growing up in her haunted house and how she felt about the film and
Mm.
all of that stuff. It was amazing.
Mm.
And the Warrens, if you believe them or not,
All right.
whether or not you believe in demons and shit, they help people. Whether or
Mm.
not it was real or all in their head, it didn't matter. They were giving a voice to the voiceless, and
Yeah.
those people that they helped, they truly helped. And if
Mm.
you follow their history, if you actually research them,
Mm.
I don't know. I believe things can be haunted.
Mm.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
see some crazy shit before, so
Just don't let it be that guy that was at a 7-Eleven asking for some change. That's all. It's not a haunting. It's more like a begging at that point.
yeah.
But do you have a 350? What? But no, I mean, the funny thing is, like with The Conjuring, the actors in it, like Patrick, what was his name? Patrick
Oh yeah.
something.
Vera. I love the Conjuring actors who play Lorraine and Warren.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing was is they were
Oh,
playing
Ed,
different parts.
right.
Yeah. They were playing Patrick, and I think they were playing different people before they ended up playing Warren and what was her name?
Vera Farmiga?
No, the Warrens. Like there was, because early on they were playing different people in that in that universe. But because they weren't playing the Warrens until like I don't know, like maybe 4 to 5 years ago. But they were still playing something else within that universe, the Conjuring
Oh,
universe.
he was in Insidious. I believe it's
Oh,
Insidious. He was in
Insidious. That's right, Insidious. I'm sorry.
another paranormal of
Yeah,
Insidious.
yeah, that's
There
right.
has been a lot of different horror, most of the time ghost movies. She's
Mm.
also a lead singer of a goth band. Believe it.
I'm
Believe it. The Yagas.
the
Yeah.
Yagas. I'm starting to believe it right now. That's right. It was Insidious because I was thinking like it was on the same band, but Insidious is its own universe.
Insidious is its own
Yeah.
universe, its own chapter.
Oh yeah.
And they have a new chapter coming out. I think I don't know if it's Insidious 6 or 7. I'm not even sure, but I know there's a new movie coming out in Insidious.
Yeah, because it's been pretty like I mean because right now, Bloomhouse is probably the only at least only producer I know who's more horror orientated, at least as far as I understand it. Because
Yeah, there's Blumhouse, A24,
A24, yeah,
New
that's right.
Line. The funny thing about New Line Cinema
Mm,
is that they call it the house that Freddy built because Nightmare on Elm Street
mm-hmm.
saved New Line Cinema from going under.
Oh,
So New Line Cinema is another production producer that is into horror. Paramount does some horror.
yeah, and funny enough, I believe Johnny Depp had played in one of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies.
Yes, he played Glenn. He's the one that he's laying in bed in the very first Nightmare on Elm Street,
Mm,
and he has the TV on, and he's Nancy's boyfriend,
yeah.
and all that blood that comes up and sprays all over the ceiling and gets pulled
Ugh,
into the bed. Yeah, it's great.
I'm already
I
starting
think
to
they
pass
used
out.
about 500 gallons of blood in that scene. I believe it was about 500 gallons.
Look, she's right. Yeah, I believe her. But that doesn't compare to the 80,000 that was used in Iron Lung.
I heard that's what they used. I don't know. I haven't seen Iron Lung yet, but I'm super stoked because that's a true indie film. Like
Mhm.
I love indie films. I love independent stuff, and to see an indie film come out of nowhere and take
Yeah.
over the box office, that's
Mhm.
beautiful. Beautiful.
Well, and it's based off the name of the game that's of the same name, and it's sort of, it's in that kind of horror and all that stuff, because again, this goes back to like indie games being horror centered or whatnot, like and I'm not sure if it's total horror, but like Poppy Playtime is one of those games where it's a bit
Yeah.
horror centered. Obviously Five Nights at Freddy's, although it did get a bit cartoonish at times. You certainly have. Hey, Tommy, how's it going? And what did you think about Welcome to Derry? Oh yes, what do you?
I liked it.
That's another one right there. Now there is the Tim Curry, right? There's the Tim Curry.
Tim Curry played the original
Yes,
Pennywise. Yeah.
yeah. It was a mini series though. It wasn't a movie. It was a
Right.
mini
It was
series.
a made for TV miniseries that scared the shit out of people and traumatized tons of us because I watched it way too young. I wasn't
Right.
even a teenager and I watched it on TV.
Come here, pretty boy.
It was scary.
So you have Tim Curry's version, which he did a great job with it, with what could be, because it was television. So there's a limitation on what you can do. Scared me more. And then you have Bill Skarsgård, which, funny enough, that's like another Skarsgård boy, out there doing the family stuff.
Yep.
But like knowing between those two, like for you, what are the kind of differences you enjoy about both, and what do you see as more or do you see both as equal as in that regard, or do you see one better than the other?
I would have to agree with UB Legend where they're both equally to me. I grew up with Tim Curry.
Mhm.
That's my era. That is me.
Mhm.
Skarsgård did a really good job at being creepy, but Tim really brought like his body language, the way
Yeah.
he looks, the way he moved, the way he talked. I thought he brings a little bit more than Skarsgård did. Even when Tim isn't even in makeup, he's kind of scary looking when he allows himself to play
Yeah.
that role because he played a serial killer in Criminal Minds, one of Criminal Minds episodes, and he was scary as shit, and he wasn't even in clown makeup.
Right. Yeah. Of course he did. Like, what was the one movie?
Rocky Horror Picture Show, it's my favorite.
Macabre.
Transsexual transvestite from Transylvania.
You have and the singing, right? You had the singing part with that too, but
Yeah.
but I because I because I watched the miniseries, the miniseries it, and obviously you had like Seth Green in it. You had a bunch of other people who were not so big at that time, but we're getting there. And then you have this one with the movies and stuff, and I can't remember what was the director's name. It's a Spanish Buschetti. Gosh dang it, I'm gonna have to look up their names because I don't know how to.
Steve?
No. The director of the
Oh.
movies. Movie directors.
You have Mick Garris.
Andy Muschietti. That's right. Andy Muschietti is the director of the. Here, give me 1 second. Andy Muschietti is the one for the It movies, so that people can see the name Andy Muschietti.
Oh, the new It movies. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I thought you were talking about the mini series.
No.
Hold on a second. My dog Loki.
Aww.
I have cats, and he tries to eat their cat poop, so he goes into their cat litter. Yeah, he's a real pain in my butt when he does that.
Goodness.
So I almost had to yell at him now. I'm like, don't you even do it.
Get that dog. I'll get you later.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Andy Muschietti and I believe his sister were kind of the big part, and of course the TV series as well. Welcome to Derry, which continues on the factor of. But for me, I enjoyed them both. But I did like Bill Skarsgård take on it,
Yeah.
because he had the body function to do that, right? Like he not there's stuff where it's CGI, but he did that stuff where he does that big smile and whatnot, or that.
Yeah, no, that he did good. And the It miniseries, the TV series, was Tommy Lee Wallace was the director of that one, and
Mhm.
that's where you have Seth Green and all the young actors that were up and coming
Yeah.
for that one. And yeah, the 2017 ones were okay. I didn't mind them. I mean,
Mhm.
I think what's the young Skarsgård
Bill
brother?
Skarsgård. Yeah, Bill.
I think he did really good. I think he's a nice diversified actor. Like he can do
Oh yeah.
psycho, he can do comedy, he can do
Mhm.
drama.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's just
You're
he
fighting, both of you.
yeah, he also was in the John Wick 4, for those who don't know as well.
Yeah.
But he he became that character in the essence for the movie and for the TV series, the newer TV series, because he just once you have someone once you have someone become the thing at the very beginning of it, it is very hard to see someone else play that part, right? Like obviously with Tim Curry and his point, and then you have Bill Skarsgård come in. People are like, well, we know we love Tim Curry more and all that stuff, but then Bill Skarsgård proves through his bodily acting and all that stuff. Then you have this thing was like, well, I can't see anyone else play Pennywise because Bill Skarsgård has set that stage, right? And obviously, we know Tim can't,
Oh
act
no,
anymore because
Tim's health is not good at all,
yeah,
unfortunately.
yeah, unfortunately, which is the sad part. But I do know he makes videos on Cameo,
Yeah,
so
he
there's
does.
that. I can't wait for S2 of. Well, I don't think it's been announced yet. I think
They're gonna do it.
well, they kind of have to because the numbers were so good.
They're
Like,
gonna do it. They're not gonna pass. They're not gonna pass on it. It was a good moneymaker.
oh yeah, gonna yeah. And the thing of it is though, is like going back to the original 2017 and the year after that, the problem of it was though is that you had these kids that were growing up and there was such a distance apart that I think for the second movie they did try de-aging on one of the actors, and I'm like, probably should have done this side by side, but then again, you know how movies are, you have to kind of wait for green light and all this stuff, and that's that side of it too. um but I think with the television series, they're going to start from the one point and they're going to go all the way back to at least the beginning stage of when Pennywise was. And there was that, and don't get me wrong, when Bill Skarsgård is playing the original Pennywise, the I can't remember his name, the gentleman who was Pennywise before it became it. It was a sad part, and that was just for a small portion of it. It was so good. I only seen bits and pieces through YouTube, obviously, but I think it's gonna be for the next two. Yeah, this one next it's for like 3 series total because they only want to do
Yeah.
three. I think it's gonna be great because I can't see anyone else playing Pennywise because Bill Skarsgård has
No, I
proven
don't
that
think
character.
anybody else will be able to. It's just like with Freddy Krueger. Like
Yeah,
Robert Englund, it's going to be really hard to find somebody who can play Freddy Krueger the way Robert Englund played Freddy.
yeah,
Um and Robert did it in a way that it was more of body language than anything, because yeah, he wore a lot of prosthetics, so you
yep.
really didn't know it was Robert Englund,
Hmm.
but it was his body style, his one-line hits
Hmm.
that made Freddy Krueger. And they did try to add that guy who played in the remake of Nightmare on Elm Street. He tried
Yeah,
to do a good job, but that looked like the Wish version of Freddy Krueger.
yeah. I remember they tried to do that. I never saw it, obviously, but I
I
do
never saw
remember.
it. I refused to see it.
I'm taking a stand. You can't take my. But yeah, I remember they were doing a remake of that, and I don't know how well it played out, but I mean, you know how movie theaters are. They find something to try to go back for, and they think it'll make them money, but it's just one of those weird things. Like I think that's been a bit of an issue currently, is that like with what has happened, um, with other things like movie remakes, whatever. Um, having something like Markiplier's adaptation of Iron
Yeah.
Lung come out, is sort of proving that. Well, okay, so here are the points that work against it, right? One is that Markiplier has around 30-ish million people on YouTube. Okay, so he already has a built-in system. Two, he's made money over the years from YouTube, so he's probably scrimped and saved his own money to do it. Not a lot of people have that though, and that's where I can see that being an issue. But for the most part, for it to be, it's still independently made, and all this stuff. For it to independently make a straight shot, especially after Sam Raimi. Sam Raimi has made some horror movies. Drag Me to Hell. All right, Drag Me to Hell. That I didn't watch that, and I was listening
Evil
to
Dead.
Evil. Oh, that's right, Evil Dead. Yep, there's that too. Then he kind of did the Wonderful Wizard of Oz, but that's Sam Raimi can do a bit all over the place. So
yeah, he can do amazing things.
Oh goodness, um, FNAF 3. I hope. Oh, I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a FNAF 3.
Oh, probably they're gonna ride that train.
Yeah, I do know that not too long ago, a few years ago, Scott was in an interview with someone, a YouTuber, and he had talked about wanting to do a trilogy. Now, I don't know if he'll keep to it or not, but I mean, he is one of those people that it is his creation and he wants to see it respected, at least enough. So he'll probably stick to it. But regardless, there is that other problem too, where it's like a franchise goes on so long that it wears itself out.
Yeah. Look at Stranger Things.
That's not horror. But yes, I can understand that. I didn't watch like any of the recent ones. But my also point is to like the Jason series, the Freddy series. They went on quite a long time, and they started to wear thin upon that mark.
Well, they're good when they're made well. They can go on. I think the Jason and Freddy, they all had their natural endings. Scream needs to stop. Like Scream is good after one. That's it, just one. Terrifier, same thing, just one.
Yeah.
The new Halloween sucked ass, and no, I am not into the new Halloween universe. But some of them are good in the chapters and some of them are shitty, but they're just great. They're classic. So seeing Jason go to space was awesome because he landed in Earth 2 in Crystal Lake. So that left an opening to expand that universe, but they never did it.
Yeah. Well, Stranger Things is just plain gay. Hey, you know what? Some people
I haven't gotten into. We watched the first season. It was cool, and it could have ended there, and I would have been happy. We watched the second season. I was like, I wasn't feeling it, and I haven't seen it since. I'm pretty sure they could have stopped at 1, and it would have been fine.
You can't remake. Well, they did try to remake The Thing. I know they did remake The Thing.
Well, The Thing is actually John Carpenter's Thing is actually a remake of the actual movie, The Thing from Outer Space. Which is based on a novel about the Thing. So John Carpenter's movie technically is the remake of the original movie.
So we're getting a double remake.
But they did make a remake of John Carpenter's movie back in like 2000 something, maybe 2011.
Yeah, I think
something. I only seen it once. It wasn't horrible. But yeah. I love The Thing. It's one of my favorite movies. It's a masterpiece of a movie.
Yeah.
And it just got into one of the big I can't think of the name of it at the moment. Like the national movie thing where they hold on to films.
Oh, you mean the Congress, Library of Congress, like National Archives?
Yes,
that sort of thing?
Yes. It was he just got it into The Thing. And I can't remember what it was. He was just National Film Registry. That is it. The National Film Registry. So The Thing was just added to that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. Yeah, that's usually means it'll, a piece of culture, piece of history.
Won't be erased from history when we have no more physical media because they want to get rid of physical media so they can get rid of the movies that they don't want people to see.
Well, and it takes is time for anything to be erased, so it's not like it's forever, unfortunately. That's right. Daniel said National Film Registry, of course. But what was it? But I think obviously it starred Kurt Russell in it and a few others. But I
Yeah.
always okay. It's but with that, like I saw, like again, you can watch clips of it on YouTube and whatnot. But it's like they did stuff with like the puppetry, that was crazy in itself.
Special effects,
Oh,
CGI didn't exist.
no,
CGI, the only things that they were in that time, there was no CGI. And it wasn't until later, actually, did CGI come into play.
mm-hmm.
And one of the great examples of that is The Exorcist from the 70s. When The Exorcist hit the theater, the walking spider scene that Regan does down, you probably haven't seen it, but Regan does, she's possessed, and she does backhand walking down the stairwell spider walk. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Scene wasn't technically in the theatrical release. They were trying to get rid of the wires that were holding the actress that was doing it, right?
Yeah,
that wasn't released until like almost 20 or so years later, after they were able to erase the wires that were holding her.
Oh yeah. No, that's insane. But yeah, I haven't seen The Exorcist or any of those things. See you later, Captain Tor. Have a good one. Have a good one. Oh.
1 second. My husband's asked me a question about a stream deck. It's all messed up. Oh, that's weird.
It's been destroyed.
Well, everything is upside down.
Interesting.
That's
the way you set it up.
I don't remember how to change.
I don't know how to change that.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now he has to work from the bottom up because everything's turned upside down.
He does racing sim. So he uses the stream deck for his starting and other things. What do you use it for? A button box.
A button box. Okay. Now what racing sims? Is it like Gran Turismo sort of thing, or is it just completely different?
No, he does ACC GT3 racing.
Oh, okay.
Assetto Corso is the name of the racing. He has an actual like sim racing rig. The seats, the steering wheel, pedals.
Wow. NASCAR will be calling him shortly to have him race. We need you now, right now.
Right?
I only know how to do so little. But no, that's pretty awesome though. So you have horror, he has racing. It certainly works together. I'm waiting to see if they have. I wonder if they'll have like a race car sponsored by a horror company or something. Pretty sure. I'm pretty sure.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure there's a NASCAR out there being sponsored by, what is it? The Halloween. Halloween.
I wouldn't be surprised. Spirit of Halloween. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if they had something going on like that.
And it's not, and the car. It's not the sponsorship of the car. It's actually inside the car. Oh my gosh! Now moving just about like 2 weeks before you start seeing signs. Here's the Spirit of Halloween, and then all of a sudden they're inside the building. It's like, holy crap! Where did this place come from? And then 2 weeks after that, they're gone. It's like I don't know what happened. It just came and it went. Oh my goodness! But yeah, I've seen a lot of those. They just appear in like old stores. Like there was one store that used to be connected. It's still connected to the mall, but it's not connected to the mall to a degree. So there's that. But yeah, that place just goes just about anywhere. It's crazy. But no, that's pretty awesome though. Hey Deb, what up? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. But yeah, it's a fascinating factor when you start thinking about all those movies and stuff. Like again, you have horror, you have the comedic horror, and then you have sort of like this just weird amalgamation. Like I think Cabin in the Woods is sort of a comedic horror.
Yeah, it does have comedy elements. Yeah, it's a great movie.
And then you have sort of like what was like technology horror. Like I guess you could say maybe Terminator might be a bit of horror.
Yeah, I would say it's a sci-fi. It could be considered a sci-fi horror, but you have, I mean AI. Look how scary some of the AI stuff that's coming out right now. You can't even tell if it's fake or real.
Well, I still
kind of
can't.
scary.
I mean, that's understandable because I think, like you said, some people can't, and I've seen that on X. I've seen that one too many times. He's like,
He's
can
like, Mom, come on, it's dinner time.
I want to play.
Okay.
I want to play. But yeah,
Such a beast boy. You just got me all slimy now.
Mama says no. Oh my gosh. You've had your shower early today, I could tell.
Yeah.
Oh man, now I forgot what I was talking about.
Yeah, I forgot what we were just talking about too.
That's what the show is all about. We can go anywhere, and then you completely forget about it and you start somewhere else. But I mean, how long you been doing the streaming factor, like all this stuff?
I will be doing content for 9 years on the 14th of February.
Wow. Oh.
It's coming up. I've been in the industry for a while. I started out as a part-time, just playing video games to meet people, and it turned into full-time. I met vaping gamers on Beam before it turned into Mixer, and yeah, it's been a crazy adventure.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting though, because I mean, I know I've followed some content creators who are still going. Like, you have obviously Markiplier, you have Jacksepticeye. There are many people who are still, not many people. There are some people who are still going 10 years over, which is something they say is kind of a rarity because of the intensity of people wanting to get into. I don't want to say getting big, but like the monetization factor of content creation. And while I can understand it, right? Like I got into this, what was it, May of 2023, I think it was. Yeah, May of 2023. And I wasn't streaming at the time. I was just pre-recorded stuff and just putting it up there. But, I've, following people for so long and then watching their stuff and all that stuff, don't ask me for any professional tips. I have none for you. It's not gonna. I don't even have that for after almost 2 years. But I've come to the realization of it, at least with content creation, that I think a huge emphasis has been put onto content creation and the monetization factor. I know some people can't do a normal job. There are people who have disabilities and whatnot. But there has become this huge surge of people, and almost pretty much every platform, where people want to be content creators and to get into that life of that. And I understand it, but my issue is that it becomes a place of just being. It starts becoming more and more of a place where it's just creators watching creators, and you have less and less viewers because people are wanting to become creators themselves to get that kind of money.
Everybody thinks it's so easy to be a streamer or a content creator, but they don't realize the amount of work that goes on behind the scenes. I wasn't a full-time streamer my entire 9 years. Right. I did it as a hobby. That hobby turned into part-time. Then I was laid off of my job. That turned into full-time. Then when Mixer closed, I made partner on Mixer. Okay. And I was the biggest horror creator on Mixer at the time. There was nobody that had my following or my viewership. Wow. I had a ton of sponsors. Microsoft sponsored me. Every time the March Horror in March came around, they sponsored a stream, several streams. I was making really good money, anywhere between 25 and $3,000 a month on not subs, like that. Subs were the gravy. That was a generosity of my community, but I was making money from sponsorships. When Mixer closed, that hurt. I went and got a regular job because you got to pay bills, man. You got to pay bills. I wasn't going to suck my community dry by doing woe is me shit. I'm not a victim. I'm a warrior. So I'm not going to sit there and woe is me, give me your money. Like a lot of people do because they want to make easy money. Yeah. I only landed back into full time last year. I was the company that I worked for several years closed in Canada. All 96 stores shut down. I was let go over Teams.
Wow.
on January 31st of 2025.
Mm,
And you know, my husband has an amazing job, and I just sat and talked to him. I was like, you know what?
mhm.
Screw trying to find working for somebody else in this job market because it's crappy here in Canada. Well, in
Yeah,
Alberta, in
yeah.
all of Canada, actually.
Yeah,
And nobody wants to pay what you're worth.
yeah,
So I was like, you know what? Let's try to do it full time again. And here I am. I'm back with sponsorships. You got to diversify your income as a creator. So if you're
yeah.
just getting into it or you've been into it for a couple of years and you want to make more money,
Mhm,
diversify, partner deals,
mhm.
sponsorships.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you can't wholly rely, and that's one of the things I've been pointing out too is like wholly relying on one platform to me all you needs is a fool's errand because we all know what happens when you
Good
put all
mixer.
yeah. Well, now not just a mixture, but like all the stuff that's happened with YouTube,
Yeah.
the recent stuff with Twitch. I mean, Twitch is not exempt from anything. Kick has its own disaster of a record, but I mean, it's one of those things
Mhm.
where that is sort of for me, up to what you can handle, right? If you handle too much, it can overburden you, and you
Yeah.
completely become compressed by it. But up to what you can handle, because I believe in that diversification. And for me, I got into it because one, I didn't know what I wanted to do with it, obviously, and then after, like, once I found my thing, was like it was more of just like the reach I could do with it in the regard of
Yeah.
conversational matters. Because honestly, I have probably talked to I've probably chatted with more people than I've ever seen any other content creator do
Okay.
within a year's time, at
Yeah.
least. Because when you can have someone officially say, "I've had over 300 various guests," and you're like, "Yeah, that seems a little possible." Like, I did it within 2 years, so I mean, you let me know. Um, I can make that claim pretty easily, and where I've heard stories of other content creators, they've had issues scheduling people on. I've heard issues of where like they only want certain people on, and I get it, right? It's your thing, you do whatever. But like for me, I'm like, I see this wide open world where in the English speaking part, because my secondary language is not so good, so don't ask. Me no comprende, okay? But there's a lot of open field, and a lot of it is just kept to the creator part of it, where people are just bringing on other creators, and I can understand, reliability and all this stuff. But even then, there's issues where people don't show up or they cancel last. A whole bunch of stuff can happen.
Yep.
But when you can open yourself to pretty much just about anyone except bad actors, don't care about bad actors, you begin to see a much broader picture than what just having other content creators on. And a majority of people I've talked to are content creators, but I've talked to people outside that scope. I've talked to people who don't create content and are like, I had a lady on from the Netherlands, and her name is Wendy, and she, of course, her accent is thick, so it's sometimes hard to understand what she says, but you can understand enough that you can understand what she's getting at. And it was nice getting to talk to her. I've talked to people from South Africa, Australia. I mean, it is crazily insane of how much is out there just to talk about whatever, and people limit themselves on that matter. They have reasons,
Yep.
whatever. But like for me, my point isn't about the money. It's about the reach of who you can talk to, and
Yeah.
it's not an easy feat. I'll tell you that. But it's
No,
not
it's
like
definitely not easy. I started just to try to meet people. I'm antisocial. I don't really like going out of my house. I mean, I
right,
do. It's not a mental health issue. It's that I don't like most people issue.
right,
And if I can be in my home and not have to socialize outside of it, but I can meet other people, play games, have a good time
yeah,
there. And that's what content creation for me was at the start. I mean, it
mm,
still is. I'm all
right,
about the community.
yeah,
Money is great, but having people to hang out with, make a connection with, that's way better.
yeah, and yeah, and I think that's for me that's a true case. Like, I don't know where this will lead. And I honestly don't, because like I work a full time job, so I know that. But for me, I hope it leads somewhere, because I do enjoy it, and I do get to see this thing of how people are when they have room to speak upon whatever, and they're not
Yep.
tied to anything to speak on. Because I can go anywhere. I am free. I'm as free as I can get, and I don't rely on any platform to supply my needs. Although the bonus is nice, I'll give you that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But regardless, but anyway, it is the top of the hour, and I had to look through our teams and was like, oh, I better get this done quick. But anyway, what happens is Ra. I guess I'll call you that because it's a little.
Call me Ra. It's easier than ReAnimateHer.
Yeah, I would say the god Ra, but that's Egyptian, and you're not Egyptian.
Yeah.
But what happens is at the top of the hour, I set aside some time for me and my guest, whether they're a content creator or not, to kind of promote stuff or just say a few words, whatever. And so Kismet, he got it at the last minute. So what happens is I promote stuff or whatever, or I'll actually put. So I got your link tree. Or your website. Sorry, your website.
I don't. Yeah, I pay for a website. I host my own website, and it's cheaper for me to do it that way than to pay Linktree.
Well, Linktree is free though, but I can understand why people will do that.
Yeah, Linktree is free to a certain extent, right? And then they want you to pay. I know they did back in the day. I don't know. I haven't touched it since. I pay $5 a month for my website for it to be hosted, so I can have my store there, my about me. Everything.
Well, as far as I understand it, there's like specific premium stuff, but like I can see my analytics, like click to, I can put in all the links to different places in there. I don't know if there's like a limit at how many links, but I haven't tried to go that far because I'm not that big. So
yeah, again, well, I think too many links is just a waste anyway because people are lazy.
Yes, and you put and that's why using something like Linktree is beneficial, because having too many links in your description is kind of overwhelming, and you don't want to overwhelm people. But anyway, this is your link, and if you want to do it your way, the floor is yours.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you very, very much. But yes, you can follow me over on anywhere. I'm everywhere as ReAnimateHer. But make sure you follow Dara here. They're doing great things. Open mic, hanging out, meeting people, interviews. Thank you so much for having me on. I greatly appreciate it.
No, thank you. And yeah, I've always understand that people, why people will say interviews, because it's a template they know, but I really just go off of conversations because I see interview as too formal for the format.
Yeah.
So
back in the day when I used to do interviews with horror people, I would sit there and talk to them and ask them, tell us about you, what's going on in your life, let's chat. There was never any script unless they specified, hey, I don't want to talk about politics, I don't want to talk about this. And it's like, cool, we won't bring it up anyway. But it's just having a conversation off the script. Nobody feels rigid. You're just having like we're sitting at a cafe.
And I know one of the parts is that like it is a trust factor, because like I'm a stranger to you, so there's that. But it's like I do my best because I want people to be able to come back and have another conversation, because it's like writing a book, right? You don't start with you can start with one chapter, but it's a very short story, but you can always keep coming back and add a chapter to it, and to kind of give a quickness to it. Like I've had at least for one person, I had a gentleman on. His name was Deepak Chad, and he was on a few times, for the DaraChat and for my Rumble Squared show I do. And unfortunately, he passed away after Christmas. I believe it was the 26th after Christmas. And part of the reason why I do it too is to capture those moments with people like yourself and Deepak Chad and so many others.
Life is short.
Life is short, but with that in mind, people can come back and see how the person was as they were, rather than talk. You can have the culture war stuff, you can have all that, but you see these people as they are, and they're not stuck to any point of topic, and they're just free to be themselves, and you get to see a personality, you get to see the perspective. And that's what I'd rather have, is people to see their perspective, because that's the individual as they are. Maybe they hold something back, it happens, but to get to see the person as they are, and it's there in that moment in time, that's the real crystallization of what DaraChat is about. The moment in time we all get to share, whether it's multiple times or the one time, it's the beauty of it right there. and that's why I try to do, but sometimes I get lost in translation, so I understand that. But again, her link will be both on the Rumble side and YouTube side because that's where I stream to, and there are plenty of her links in there. She's all over the place. Like if there if there's a place she's not, she will be there eventually.
I put my name everywhere. I'm like Frank's Red Hot Sauce. I put that shit on everything. I learned that from my mentor. May he rest in peace. Mr. Cranky Canuck passed away 8 years ago.
Oh, wow.
And he was my mentor getting into content creation. And he was like, even if you don't use the platform, take your name because someone will see your name, think it's cool, and they will take it.
Yeah.
And he's like, if you can't get your name copyright or whatever, there's another word for it. He's like, yes, trademark. That's it. Go to every site that there is. Even if you don't ever use it, get your name.
Get your name. There you go. Smart move.
Because you never know. Someone else might take off with your name and then make a name for themselves and then trademark that name. And then here you are, SOL.
Yeah. The only problem is that after a while you start realizing and forgetting how many websites there are. So it's bound to happen sooner or later.
It is. Like, oh yeah, sure it is.
Yeah. There's always seems to be a new streaming platform popping up every year or so. It's crazy.
Everybody wants to get into it.
Yep. Money's made there, but sooner or later the pie empties out. But from my end of things, whether you're on the Rumble side or YouTube side, doesn't matter which side you're on because I stream to both. If you wouldn't mind leaving a like, sharing the content, leaving a comment or follow, anything that helps with the engagement factor is much appreciated because not only does it help in being seen more, like all content creators want to be, it also helps in having other people on, like Ra, like a Dead Mama Live, like so many other people. Again, over 300 various people, content creator or not a content creator, it does not matter. What matters is people said yes, we had a good time, and a dog came into the picture. That's a Three's Company moment right there too.
We call him my producer in my stream because when it's time for me to end, he comes in and does exactly this. He's like, come on, Ma, it's time to go. What are we doing here?
2 minutes, dog. I got a milk bone for you. Hold on. 2 minutes. So anyway, and yeah, with the engagement factor on either end is much appreciated. Thank you for that. And of course, hold on. This is my link tree right there. You can go there. You can find all my stuff. The Rumble and YouTube link are in there. I'm on X. I have a Discord link, but it's just for DMing. I don't have a server. Don't ask. And the email's in there. So all that good stuff is in there. And I only have two things I promote because I'm not like other content creators where they have sponsorships or whatever. But I am part of Proton's partner program. So if you don't know what Proton is a privacy-oriented company, and they offer a suite of stuff like Proton Pass, Proton Drive, Proton Mail, Proton VPN. Through this link, they're offering a 2-week free try to any of the products that they have. I use it on a daily basis. I
use Proton.
Oh yeah? Which one do you use?
I have Proton Plus. I mainly use it for my computer and my TV service so I can watch TV.
Oh, VPN.
Yeah, VPN. Sorry. Yeah, it's Proton Plus, but it's a VPN.
Yeah. And they offer much other stuff too. But I've talked to other people like that who also use it as well, and they say it's great. Again, if you haven't tried it yourself, guess what? You can try one of the parts for 2 weeks free, and after that you don't. That's fine. You don't have to pay for anything. But if you do, it's a great product to have because I'll tell you what, you've heard enough stories of places getting broken into, hacked, all that stuff, and then passwords getting leaked out there. Proton is really good at keeping your privacy. Again, nothing's 100% of the internet, but they do try to keep doing a good job with it. So where is that? And the last thing I promote is something called Biltong. It's called Biltong USA. You can go to the website there. Biltong, for those who don't know, is a South African snack. It's a meat snack, but they do, just as a quick show of what it looks like. This is what it looks like. There's Biltong. They do sausage as well. That's the name of the company, their packaging. I actually had the husband, whose name is Anton. He's the one actually from South Africa. His wife is from the United States. He and his wife run that business. It's down in Texas.
Oh, nice.
Yep. and they've been doing it for quite some time. It's a very mom pop sort of shop, but they do it themselves. And yeah, he's just a great guy, and they're a great company. And I try to buy them when I can. But
I'll
they,
have to check them out.
yeah, you can use code Dara if you
Dara.
do buy
Yeah.
something.
Oh no, I will use your code. Yeah, definitely. I'll take a look at it, see what the shipping is like into Canada, because that's what kills us, the shipping.
Yeah. Now I will say this: I do not know if they ship to Canada.
Yep.
Because of all that stuff and all the tariff stuff. So there could be that issue. But the funny thing is because they do Angus, Wagyu, and bison. The funny part Anton told me was that they get the bison meat from Canada.
Yeah, because Alberta has the best beef in the world. Seriously, Alberta is known for their beef. We have the best meat.
I feel like a Wendy's commercial is coming out. Where's the beef? It's in Canada.
Right? Where's the beef?
It's in Canada. But anyway, those are my few things. Again, I just promote it for the benefit, the proton benefit for others. The one, because they came in my stream, they offered me to try it, and just repaying back that kindness they showed me. They're great people, and all that stuff, and I'm glad to support them. But anyway, that is the end of it because my guest has to get going. I almost forgot. I had to look at the DMs again. I was like, what? I knew she said she had to be somewhere. I was like, okay, I looked at the DM again. We're good. So anyway, but tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern, I will be doing my 88th Pay It Forward stream. So since you're here, what the Pay It Forward stream is, Ra, is where I go on the Rumble side, because I stream to both Rumble and YouTube.
Yeah.
But I do the Rumble side because one, it's sort of it's based off of the Rumble raid thing that happened ages ago with Flawed TV and Chris, the CEO of Rumble.
Okay.
So crypto wasn't back then. It was just plain cash, like 10K, which I don't have. So what I do is I go through the whole live stream section, not just gaming live stream or this live stream, whatever. It's a whole game live stream section. I go through, I pick a person per page, and just kind of leave some encouraging words and a few donos, because right now Rumble really doesn't have great what's the word I'm looking for? It really doesn't have a great algorithmic stasis where people
doesn't.
It doesn't.
Let's be real, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. And they talk a bit, but it's not there yet. So what my thing does is, and I do this after I'm done, is I actually put in the links to the channels of those people so that it can be found. But I just go through, I stop by people. Some people are new, some people are old.
That's great.
But it's just helped promote in that fashion because, again, Rumble does not have a great way of finding people, and don't know when they'll be, but at least I can do this one thing that I believe can help and leave a little something along the way. So that happens tomorrow. And of course, I have a guest on at 8 o'clock. I've stopped by him a few times before in my Pay For It stream. His name is Super Saiyan Saito, is his username. So he's coming on tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern. So hopefully you can all join me for that. But again, that is tomorrow starting at 7 p.m. Eastern. And then my guest, Super Saiyan Saito, at 8 p.m. Eastern. So thank you for that as well. And the last thing I do before we ride off in the sunset, like the Indiana Jones movie. My horse skills are not that great, but we're going to try. It's something I like to do is called Questions from a Hat. Now, I bought a hat from Rumble. All right, there you go. And there's some questions inside. So what happens is that you, my guest, get 2 freebie questions. However, in order to do more, have more, people need to pay a Rumble rent for it. Now, obviously, I do stream to YouTube, but I'm not monetized. So, sorry, YouTube side. But on Rumble, I am monetized. So, if you want to have another question pulled out, doesn't matter about the rant amount. Just matters that you did a rant for a question. Well, remember, one rant, one question. That's how it works. All right. So, are you ready, Miss Ra?
Yes, I am.
All right. Let's see what the first question is. My eyes are closed. I'm going through. I know you can't tell, but my eyes are closed. My hands are rummaging through it. Here's question number 1. Let's see what it says. Okay. Question number 1 says, if you were a sandwich, what kind would you be and why?
That's a good question. What kind of sandwich, eh?
Yeah.
I like roast beef. Roast beef sandwich, but not just any roast beef sandwich, on cheddar made bread, sliced with butter and garlic, melted into it, toasted with roast beef, and cheddar cheese on top of it.
You certainly have thought about this one, and now you're making me hungry. Thanks for that.
It's one of my favorite sandwiches.
It reminded me of like one of the Arby's sandwiches. It's a restaurant, like a fast food chain. It's an Arby's sandwich. It's like, I'm just hungry.
Arby's.
Oh my goodness. All right. Question number 2. This will be the last one, unless someone gives a rumble rant. This one right here. The question is, what's the most absurd thing you believed in as a child?
Oh God! As a child, what is the most absurd thing I believed in? That's a stumper there, because shit, I'm old. I'm trying to think about my childhood. That's that's a long time ago. That's like over 40 years ago.
Monkey.
That I would probably have to say, "Hey, monkey." I know I seen you call me, buddy. But I was busy.
Right.
It is. I'm gonna have to say. I don't even know. I don't know.
Not even like a Santa Claus one. Not even like a religious one. You just like
Oh well, I did believe in the Easter Bunny.
Oh, there you go. That's something. That's absurd, right?
We didn't celebrate Christmas as much in my family because we weren't Christian.
Mm-hmm. But there's still the spirit of Christmas is something to be celebrated, but understandable.
Yeah, the spirit of the spirit of Halloween. Yeah, the spirit of Christmas.
Halloween.
Spirit of Christmas. Yeah, we celebrate Yule for the most part, which is 12 days.
Oh, okay. I've never heard of that one. I've heard of the 8 days, but that's Hanukkah.
That's Hanukkah.
Hanukkah.
Yeah.
Now I'm just starting to think of the Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm gonna start singing Halloween.
I'll think of something from my childhood and I'll let you know later on. But yeah,
Okay.
the Easter Bunny,
Yeah,
Tooth
there you-
Fairy, the
there you
Tooth
go.
Fairy. Like, who really thought about the Tooth Fairy being good? Nowadays, I think about the Tooth Fairy being this horrific monster.
No, it's usually your dentist, and that's the one that costs you instead of you getting money.
Yeah, 100%.
$2,000, Doc. I'm not made of money. Monkey says she believes Jason is not a deadite. If that counts, what's a deadite?
A deadite is from Evil Dead. It is a form of their monster. Their demon is deadites. Oh, 1 minute, Loki.
But I think the movie's just great because of Bruce Campbell. But that's a different story altogether. But anyway, that, of course, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the show. A big thank you to all those in chat who've stopped by, whether they're still here or have left. That's okay too. And a big thank you to the lovely lady Ra for coming on, and her husband. Can't forget about her husband. He's made a special appearance. Can't forget about that. And Loki as well. We can't forget about the dog.
Yep.
Her producer was very lovely, but now it's time to go. So thank you again so much. And of course, you're always welcome to come back.
Invite me anytime. Later is always better. Later is always better because 7:00 your time is 5:00 my time, so it's supper time at my time. So if you want to do 6 my time, which would be 8 your time, or even
9. I could probably do 9 next time. We can do 9.
Yeah,
that would be because
then I'll have food. I won't have to worry about having to make supper.
Because if you're 5 p.m. your time right now, or when we started, that means you're on Mountain Time, which I can kind of correlate.
Yeah, it's 6:23 now.
Okay. Yeah. Kids, this is what happens when you have to learn about time zones and you're not sure where you're at.
Yeah.
So you're like, you have to figure that one out. But anyway, I'll try to do that again. But thank you for letting me know about that, so we can get
no problem. I loved being on your show, so thank you for having me.
Yes, another one on the list. But no, I appreciate all who come on, whether they're a creator or not. It doesn't matter. I appreciate all who come on because you all make it that much more valuable, and you all get to be a part of something that I hope can last forever. Because in some small way, we as human beings want to be remembered. At least a little part of us saying that we were here, and to get to know someone who's very into horror. You and Dead Mom Alive, because you're both into horror.
Yeah, I've known Dead Mom for years. I brought her to Rumble.
Yeah, and she's alive too, and it's a mismatched name. It's crazy. But anyway, that's the point of why I do it, is because we can have those moments saved, and people can see, and they get to see what just the reality of conversation is versus all the other stuff that's out there. It's a mess out there. But anyway, how I end the show though is you weren't here for the beginning, and that's okay. Oh, my stinking arm falling down. I played a music video. It was called Horrorland by Pogo, which is based on the R.L. Stein stuff, if people don't know what that is. But this time, I end the show, as always. Hold on, it's getting a little frictiony back here. Internet stuff. Oh, no, I went too far. I apologize. All right, there you go. I end the show with One Day With You by Pogo. Again, everyone, see you tomorrow at 7 p.m. for the 88th Pay It Forward stream, 8 p.m. with Super Saiyan Saito. And I hope you all have a great rest of your night. And I thank you all for coming. See you guys.
Bye.